First and foremost, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And today's lesson is going to be King David commits adultery with Bathsheba. This is the book of 2 Samuel 11 verse 1. And I'm going to read until verse 27. And it came to pass that after the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle, that David sent to Joab and his servants with him and all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon. And the Ammonites are the modern day Japanese, and besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem. And it came to pass in an eventide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself. And the woman was very beautiful to look upon. And David sent and inquired after the woman. And one said, Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Elim, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? And David sent messengers and took her, and she came in unto him, and he lay with her, for she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned unto her house. So David just committed adultery with Uriah's wife, Bathsheba. And the woman conceived. And now King David has a child from committing adultery with Uriah's wife, Bathsheba. And the woman conceived and sent and told David and said, I am with child. And David sent to Joab, saying, Send me Uriah the Hittite. And Joab sent Uriah to David. And when Uriah was come unto him, David demanded of him how Joab did, and how the people did, and how the war prospered. And David said to Uriah, Go down to thy house and wash thy feet. And Uriah departed out of the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat from the king. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all the servants of his lord, and went not down to his house. And when they had told David, saying, Uriah went not down unto his house. King David said unto Uriah, camest thou not from thy journey? Why then didst thou not go down unto thine house? And Uriah said unto David, the ark and Israel and Judah abide in tents, and my lord Joab and the servants of my lord are encamped in the open fields. Shall I then go into mine house to eat and to drink and to lie with my wife? As thou livest and as thy soul liveth, I will not do this thing. So Uriah is telling King David, Joab my lord and his servants are encamped outside, and you want me to go back to my nice house while my lord Joab and his servants are encamped outside? Uriah is telling David, I also am going to sleep outside with my lord Joab and his man. And David said to Uriah, tarry here today also, and tomorrow I will let thee depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and tomorrow. And when David had called him, he did eat and drink before him, and he made him drink. And at evening he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his Lord, but went not down to his house. And it came to pass in tomorrow that David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah. And he wrote in the letter saying, set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire ye from him, that he may be smitten and die. So King David is purposely having Uriah, Bathsheba's husband, to be in the forefront of the battle so that he dies. And then King David can have Uriah's wife Bathsheba all to himself. And you know the Most High, Yahweh, is very angry and displeased at King David. And it came to pass when Joab observed the city that he assigned Uriah unto a place where he knew that valiant men were, and valiant men are brave man, honorable man. And the man of the city went out and fought with Joab, and there fell some of the people of the servants of David, and Uriah the Hittite died also. Then Joab sent and told King David all the things concerning the war, and charged the messenger, saying, when thou hast made an end of telling the matters of the war unto the king, and if so be that the king's wrath arise, and he say unto thee, wherefore approach ye so nigh unto the city when ye did fight? Knew ye not that they would shoot from the wall? So King David is telling Joab and the messenger that when ye approach the city, didn't you know that the enemy's archers would slaughter a lot of our men? Because in the war and the battle, many of King David's servants and friends died in the battle. Who smote Abimelech, the son of Jerubbesheth? Did not a woman cast a piece of a milestone upon him from the wall, that he died in Thebes? Why went ye nigh the wall? Then say thou, thy servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also. And you know David was very pleased to hear that Uriah, the husband of Bathsheba, has died in battle. And now King David can make Uriah's wife, Bathsheba, his wife, because Uriah is dead and died in battle, just as King David purposely planned. So the messenger went and came and showed David all that Joab had sent him for. And the messenger said unto David, surely the man prevailed against us, and came out unto us into the field, and we were upon them, even unto the entering of the gate. And the shooter shot from off the wall upon thy servants, and some of the king's servants be dead, and thy servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also. Then David said unto the messenger, thus shalt thou say unto Joab, let not this thing displease thee, for the sword devoureth one as well as another. make thy battle more strong against the city, and overthrow it, and encourage thou him. And when the wife of Uriah, Bathsheba, Uriah's wife, heard that Uriah, her husband, was dead, she mourned for her husband. So when Bathsheba, Uriah's wife, heard the news that her husband Uriah has died in battle, Bathsheba mourned for her husband Uriah. Bathsheba probably cried all night because of the death of her husband Uriah. And when the morning was past, David sent and fed her to his house. And David told Bathsheba to come over his house, because David was going to make Bathsheba his wife. And she became his wife and bare him a son. But the thing that David had done displeased the Lord. You know, the Most High, Yahweh, was very angry and displeased at what King David had done. King David committed adultery with Uriah's wife, Bathsheba. And King David committed murder by killing Bathsheba's husband, Uriah, so that King David could have Uriah's wife, Bathsheba, all to himself. So the Most High greatly punished King David for committing adultery and murder. And the Most High, Yahweh, punished King David by saying the sword will never leave King David's household, meaning King David will never truly have peace as long as he lives. King David will constantly be in wars and battles until the day that he dies. And the Most High punished King David by saying the sword will never leave King David's family, because many of King David's sons violently died including King David's son that he had with Bathsheba by committing adultery. So the Most High Yahweh violently killed many of King David's sons. But eventually, the Most High Yahweh forgave King David of the adultery and murder that he committed, because the Most High loved King David. King David was a man of the Most High's heart. Anything the Most High Yahweh would tell David to do, David would do it. King David was a obedient, loyal, and faithful servant to the Most High. So eventually, the Most High Yahweh forgave King David for committing adultery and murder. But I'm going to end it here. I hope this lesson is edifying to the elect. Shalom.